What's up, guys? Sitting Bear. It's a gorgeous day because it has rained for 3 days straight, which we very desperately needed this summer, so I'm okay with it. And today it's still a little cloudy, and it's overcast, so it might not be the best day to be out and doing stuff, but hey, you know, you only get these chances whenever you make them. So I am driving west, and I'm gonna make my way to the 1,000 Steps. So it's got a lot of historical significance. Juniata River Valley, Jack's Mountain, but my journey west starts here at my house, and I have a couple stops that I have to make along the way. I'm going to pick Trey up, and then I'm going to keep driving west, and I'm going to pick Thad up, and eventually we are going to end up at the 1,000 Steps. So stick with us.
But you see when you look at me, all that I know, it's gotta show.
The 1,000 Steps is located in Huntingdon County, just west of McVeigh. It's a popular workout spot for the locals.
Can we agree on reality?
Alright, we're here at T-Money's crib. This is the first stop on the journey to the steps. We're getting to it. Dog, you just pull up and you just immediately hear the ducks. Oh, they're running away from me. What's up, ducks? These ducks are looking crispy. There he is. I was just checking out the ducks.
Yeah, I gotta feed the ducks.
He's gotta feed the ducks. Gotta feed the ducks first.
They let you know, man. Yesterday one got out of the cage. They really want to run around, but whenever one's in there and the other one's out, they don't want to run around anymore. Like, they just want to get back in with their prey.
Just a man and his ducks.
That knew what the actual buildings were the last time I was there.
These are the views that you get when you just live in the Perry Valley. I mean, look at this. This is the 360 in the backyard.
At nighttime, it's like I live in a planetarium.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Talk about endless mountains. They go in the distance. That's what we're after today. We got birds on the power lines. We got kittens in windows. That's a tired kitty right there. Next stop, we're going to Thad's. We're going to Walking Tree's apartment. We're here with Thad now. Next stop is the 1,000 Steps, the final stop on our journey west. We're in what they call the Narrows. Juniata River is right next to us. Yo, that is some elevation. I believe this here is Jack's Mountain though. It's big mountains, man. Big mountains.
You're about to go up one of them.
You are too. We made it. We're here at the steps. As you can see, got a nice steep mountainside that we're about to climb up. Walking Tree's never been here, but our boy T-Money has been here. Also known as Young Lemon Tree. I don't think this is the start of the steps yet. This is just the start of the trail. Steps straight ahead. So it begins. What are these?
I believe these are pawpaw trees. They have these characteristic huge leaves. They grow in some parts here of the northern US, but they're actually a subtropical tree. And there might even be some fruit in there. If I went around digging around long enough, I could probably find some pawpaw fruit.
We've done 2 sets so far, and I'm just soaked in sweat. It's like straight down. I mean, this trail, this is the steepest thing I've seen. The stairs are laid out nicely, but this is really, really steep.
It's wild birch growing here. Chew on the bark, the little pieces, and get sugar out.
Tastes good?
Beer?
Like birch beer, yeah.
Size up the competition. They're all the way up. I believe this is like the halfway point right here. Already feels like you're on top of the world though. You guys want to say your names quick? Introduce yourself.
I'm Cody.
Kristen. Taylor.
Will.
Where's from?
Michigan.
How did you hear about this place?
Our pappy lives down here.
Have you been here before?
Yeah, once.
Oh, okay.
We haven't.
You haven't been there? Okay.
Yeah. It's our first time.
What do you think?
Well, not like regular stairs at all.
What do you guys like about this place?
Run around.
Yeah.
When you live in Michigan, you don't get views.
There's no views like this in Michigan?
It's just all flat
All
cities.
flat. Street after street after store after store.
So it's good to be back in PA then?
Definitely.
Yo, that is another huge set of stairs. Alright, let's shove off, man. Next set. Yeah, get to it then, man. After every set of stairs, I just feel like I'm gonna fall over and die.
So would this be a good time to tell you guys that it's probably about 1,200 steps?
As opposed to an even 1,000?
We're about halfway now when we thought we were halfway down.
I mean, it's just a ballpark figure. It's like a neighborhood count, you know what I mean?
So the 1,000 steps is just a state of mind.
Yes. It's a round number.
It's like,
1,200 is pretty easy to say too.
it's like how many tacos did you eat? Oh, I ate like 1,000 tacos.
Yeah, it's
Like
kinda
it's
one
that
of
kind of thing. The 1,000 is a metaphor for an ass load of stairs, basically. The Nap Rock. Taking his time on Nap Rock. Of course, there's the view from Nap Rock. He found the lounge now. There'll be plenty more rest sessions to come. Trey's taking over the Leader of the pack rule. Walking trees, stepping down. Alright. Here we go, next set.
Got the mountain lion starting to grow up in here.
400? I think somebody just drew that on with a Sharpie. Train echoes so hard up here. That right there. That's just a microcosm of what we've done so far. It's a lot of mountainside. How many breaks do you think the workers took on their way up here?
Wants to smoke a couple cigarettes at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, a cig break was totally at least two at a time.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
This is how they did it from what I hear.
I'm coming off torn ligaments in my knee. Haven't been able to get out and do too much because of that. So this is one of the toughest hikes I've ever done. Probably not even close to being done with it yet. But it's a lot harder when you're recovering from injury. When you can't see the end of the stairs, it's usually not a good idea. I guess in some cases that could mean it's a stairway to heaven. But I don't think that's the case here. To put it optimistically, I'd say we're in the home stretch. But as we know, home is sometimes very far away. It feels very far away. Everybody that we've come across so far has clearly been challenged today. Clearly, I don't think there's anybody who does this and says that was nothing. Here's the thing that blows my mind right now is that these guys back in, this was built in, I think it was 1936. Back then they did this and then they worked all day. As opposed to, here we are, we're taking a whole day just to, come up and down and just do the experience, and this was just their to and from. This wasn't an experience for them. They did it every morning, they did it every night, and they worked a full day, probably a long full day in between that, doing hard work.
This is that story that you hear. We used to go to school uphill both ways.
We just passed the 800 mark, and we're found ourselves in a nice little opening of the rock gap here, and look at the view we got. It's gorgeous. Major leg muscle fatigue setting in, but we're getting so close. You can feel it. I don't know if this goes down as the toughest hike I've ever did, but wow. A little slippery all of a sudden. Ooh, there it is. Step 1000. We made it. All 1,000 of them. Body's gonna hate me tomorrow. Time to relax, eat a snack. We got some more exploring to do up here before we head down. Now that we're up here, the trails are nice and flat.
Oh wow.
Is that a lightning strike, you think?
Yeah, I would say that's probably a lightning strike. Just blew that tree.
It could be that or a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot going in there. He'd be mowing at it for a
That
while.
looks like a Bigfoot nest.
I'm seeing Jack Lynx rappers everywhere. So I think Sam Squanch could be anywhere.
Sam Squanch? Here you can see this is sort of a remnant of a track here. This Jack's Mountain, this whole mountainside was covered with train tracks. There was a quarry just on the other side of the mountain, and there was always a need to be shipping and moving stuff around this mountainside. There were, hundreds, if not thousands of people working up here, mining for limestone, which is a real big industry, or was, and still is. There are active mines still in central PA, and that's why the 1,000 Steps were actually built. A bridge that all the workers used to use to get to the quarry got washed away by flooding. Prompted them to build these steps up the side of this mountain. So they would wake up every day, climb these steps that took us several hours, and they would put in these long days, and then they would hike all the way back down. So you see us, the tourists and people coming to see this, the natives, learning about the history, and we come here and we spend a whole day here, but this was just a means to getting through a day and getting to work for people when it happened. It's truly impressive. Come across a little shelter. This used to be, I think it used to be the train station up here. The tracks would run right through here. This place is crazy. I believe this is called the Dinky House, which is, Dinky was a name for the railroad tracks that used to line the mountain. That's what they used to call them. So this is where they would take up station.
Hey.
Oh! Whoa! You don't see anything like this anywhere else. This is a one of a kind right here. Thousands and thousands of feet on top of a mountain, carved into the side, and we have this crazy, crazy structure. We're on top of the station, the building, the Dinky House. Look at that. Sometimes 1,000 steps just aren't enough. You look over here, you don't feel like you're thousands of feet up on top of a mountain, but take a look over here, and the other highest point that you can see, we're almost level with it. So we're really, really far up here. And of course, I stop and talk a lot on this camera. This is so peaceful. I haven't felt a good mountain breeze like this in a long time. Of course, I haven't been on top of a mountain like this in a long time, and man, that is one of the nicest breezes that I've ever felt in my life. Because eventually we got to make our way back down, and with my knee in the condition that it is, going down hurts worse. But hey, we're gonna find this sweet vista. I think you're gonna love it. Old train track, but look what's above. What are we doing, PA? We climb mountains. We just sat down and enjoyed a nice, peaceful period of time here at the top of the mountain. It's wonderful. It's joyous. Puts you in a great mood being up here, and we've barely even begun the descent. In fact, you know, we're well above the 1,000th step at this point. Just now starting our way down from the highest vista up here, and I'm already getting sad that we have to leave. That's a good feeling. I don't get that feeling when I leave most places. Thad has a theory about these leaves. What is it?
It's getting cooler at night up here, and these leaves are turning fall colors already because of how cold it's getting at this elevation. And some of them are even falling off on the ground up here as well.
The elevation is just that high.
The elevation's high enough that it's getting cooler up here. And getting some fall color.
I feel elevated. There are links up here, link trails to other larger trails that run through the mid-state, including the mid-state trail. There's a link trail up here. I don't know my way around well enough, and you know, Trey hasn't been here enough. You got to really know your way around to try to navigate through smaller link trails to get into bigger trails, and you got to be really prepared. You got to have a plan for that stuff. We could easily be super gung-ho on camera and be like, hey guys, we're gonna go out into the woods with no supplies. We're gonna just go on random trails and find our way out. But that would just be stupid of us. I've had enough wilderness training. We've all, you know, we grew up in a place where our youth is wilderness training. Maybe not so much anymore. I don't know if kids get the same sort of, if they grow up learning the same sort of survival techniques that we grew up with, and you know, just how to be outside and survive outside. I know that I can think back comfortably to the age of maybe 6, 7, where I would have been comfortable spending the night outside in the woods on my own at night, probably, which may not sound like much when, you know, 6 or 7-year-old kids these days are, you know, operating smartphones and stuff. But I think there's a lot of value in growing up with skills like that, and one of them is just having the common sense to not put yourself in serious danger when you don't have to. So we're back to the Dinky house. PA natives and friends.
I'm about to pose like every Penn State girl is gonna take a picture right by me.
One day. Of course it's getting hot again, but we're back. We're at the top. We went probably a good half mile or so up the mountain, around the mountain to explore some of the cool stuff. And the whole walk down here, it just seems so surreal. Like, did we really come up all those stairs? Like, I don't really remember it. Do you? I remember breathing heavy and blacking out, but I hardly remember the stairs. But here we are, we're back, and we're gonna start the descent. You guys ready?
Lead the way.
Let's do it. Stewardship right here. Picking up the bottle, taking it with, throw it in the trash. We need to appreciate places like this.
Don't litter.
Don't litter, don't throw your trash. Keep our state clean, man. It's a mixture of sand, stone, and right here it just gets a little dangerous. You can see it's some water. This is maybe like a natural spring here, running out of the ground. It's running all the way down this portion of the stairs here, which is awesome, but it makes it extremely dangerous. I remember on the way up getting to this point, I was like, oh my god, I'm finally here. That was close, but no cigar. The construction of these stairs is just fascinating. Everything's stable. It's pretty flat. Them boys is waiting on me. Ascent continues. Wondering how we even came up something like this. This just seems otherworldly. Every single step is just a blast of pain in my knee. Thad's elevation theory is holding up. Bring mad water out here in the summer if you're doing this hike in the summer. So hot down here. I miss that breeze. I miss the view. This is about at the end.
I think there's about 550 steps.
How many?
550.
So what you're saying is we got a lot of stairs left.
There's a lot of stairs, and then there's all that space below the stairs.
Just don't think you're coming to the 1,000 steps with low expectations, man. Don't underestimate this place. This is Appalachia at its finest. Everyone's feeling the pain. You know what the 1,000 steps needs? A handrail. Just so gone, dude. Well, we're at the bottom of the 1,000. Back to the car. We did it.